Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am a shameless art school sellout turned successful IT professional. The goal of my channel is to celebrate the ferociousness in us all. If that sounds cool to you, please consider joining the pride. According to the website, Concrete Minerals is a line of mineral cosmetics that was created in 2009. There are no parabens or preservatives in any of their products. Also, they do not use filler ingredients such as talc and bismuth oxychloride. They are 100% gluten-free, 100% vegan and cruelty-free, certified by both PETA and the Leaping Bunny organization. Fragrance-free and ideal for the most sensitive skin. And lastly, they are made in the USA. Okay, let's get into first impressions. I'm using Concrete Minerals' own eyeshadow primer. I'm starting to work that in. As you notice, it is clear. You can see me looking kind of surprised, like, why is it going on clear? I'm starting with the color Disturbia, which is described as a warm chocolate brown. And I'll be working that into my crease. So far, so good. It's a really pretty color. It's a very neutral color. It's showing up pretty well on my skin. Next, I decided to use a color called Fame, which is described as a sunny matte yellow. I understand that yellows are hard to formulate, so I wanted to start with yellow to see how that would look on deep skin. And as you can see, it's dusty! There you see me trying to use setting spray to see if I can get it to get more color payoff. As you can see, it's coming on a little brighter. However, it's starting to crease really badly. The setting spray mixed with the loose pigments is causing a lot of like patchiness. Next, I'm using a color called Calavera, and that is a marigold yellow, and I'm working that. Look at all that dust. Oh my goodness. It's insane. It's insane. But I'm working that into the, well, I'm trying to work it into part like the eyelid, the crease area. Next, I'm using a color called Hustle. Hustle is a mauve pink with orange undertones. And I'm just using this color on my lower waterline. And as you can see, it's not pigmented. It's not showing up at all. Try with the setting spray again. So you see me applying it on my waterline, and it's still not as pigmented as I would expect, especially if you look on the website and you see all the pictures. The products on the website are super, super, super bright. I'll insert some pictures probably later on in this video showing what the website is advertising. So it was at this moment that I realized I needed to do something a little different. I decided to try a different eyeshadow primer. I am using the e.l.f. Eye Putty Primer. So now I'm starting the process all over again on my other eye using the e.l.f. primer. I wanted to do a comparison to see if maybe it's the primer that I'm using that's causing these issues and not the formula. I'm not sure if you can tell, but the e.l.f. side is actually performing a lot better. It's still dusty and still having issues blending. However, it's showing up better on my other eyelid. I am now going to grab my setting spray and see if I can get more pigment that way. Yeah, this is just not working out for me. It's not looking the way I anticipated, especially from the website. What I saw on the website versus what I'm experiencing now are drastically two different products. So I'm just using Hustle again, but this time I'm using it on my eyebrow area. The next color I'm using is called Kinky, and it's described as a black-based teal with bright sparkles. Another thing I wanted to point out too is that this is the second sparkle-based eyeshadow I've used, and you can't really see the sparkles. It's looking very matte. This is supposed to be a sparkle, and Hustle is also supposed to be a sparkle. You know what? Let me just break out the Mood crayons. They're here to save the day. Linda Hallberg Mood crayons save the day. So I'm using a blue one, and I'm just going to work that on my eyelid. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to cover up any patchiness, and I'm also trying to introduce some dimension to my eye look by doing this. Also, I figured it might blend a little bit better than the eyeshadows are blending with each other. Maybe I just need to add like a gel product to kind of bind everything together. And then of course I'm lining my waterline with the blue as well. Next I'm using my Morphe eyeliner in Laurel, and I'm using that just to brighten the inner corner of my eyes. Laurel is a golden copper metallic. Now I'm going to use one of my favorite mascaras by Lancome. It's called Monsieur Big. Okay folks, here's a finished look. Okay, let's get into my final thoughts. Hi everyone. Okay, so final thoughts on this look. Okay. First observation I want to make is that the e.l.f. I use e.l.f. putty primer on this eye, and then on the other eye I use their primer, which is called Electric Eye Primer. Okay, so Electric Eye Primer on this side, the putty primer on this side by e.l.f. Okay, this side looks way better than this side when it comes to just the blending, the pigment showing up. The primer, the e.l.f. putty primer worked way better than their own primer, which I think is problematic, because if you're going to release a primer, it should be the best primer for your eyeshadow that you're releasing, right? Like, this brand works better with your eyeshadows than your own brand, because this wasn't cheap. I think it was like either $10 or $12, and this is e.l.f. So I don't know, like, I definitely think it wasn't $10 or $12. It might be like $3 or $4, no more than $6. Actually, this is wearable. Like I mean, this is not the look I was trying to achieve, but it's definitely wearable, where this is not wearable. Like after this video, I gotta take this off and do it over. If you are gonna buy these products, definitely you don't need the primer. Also, this primer it goes on like it feels like Vaseline, and it goes on like that. It's clear. It's totally clear. I don't get it. I don't get why you would have a clear eyeshadow primer. I do understand having a more natural eyeshadow primer, where some people get like the beiges, or like this is more like a beige, it's still light enough to showcase the product. However, it's not stark white, because sometimes with stark white, also for certain looks, if you're trying to do something a little more subtle, having stark white sometimes is too much, right? This is not doing anything. It's just clear. So that's my first observation. Second, I'll say is that a lot of these pigments were really hard to work with. They were very dusty. Now I get that they don't have the binders, so I know that they're loose pigments, but still, and I haven't really been using a lot of loose pigments, so I don't know if it's normal for loose pigments to be so dusty. I still would think that they would, even if they're dusty to work with, once they go on the eye, I would expect to see the color pay off and for them to be easier to blend. The yellow went on very patchy. It was even streaky in some places. It was creasing, like right after I put it on, it started creasing really badly. If you just wanted to do just a yellow look, this is not wearable, just yellow. Now, again, I'm dark skinned. I don't know if I were fair skinned, if it would be wearable. So part of me feels like it would be more wearable, but it would still have the same issues. It just wouldn't be as probably noticeable if I was fair skinned. On the website, one thing I noticed is that most of the looks, like they have like a demo of the product, it's all on very pale skin. I just figured maybe it's a goth brand, or a brand that a lot of goth people use, and I figured that's why the model, I think it's one model, that I kept seeing over and over again demoing the eyeshadow was so pale. Looking back on it, I think that maybe that was just a marketing strategy, because it looks better on pale skin. They do have some swatches on dark skin, but they're swatches on the arm, and they're not actually the shadow on the eye. First of all, the person who they used seems to be ashy, like they maybe needed to moisturize their arm before the swatch. And then when the swatches were put on the arm, they looked way different on the dark skinned person's arm than they did on the pale person's eye. And that's to be expected to some extent, because obviously you doing a swatch on your arm is not the same as you actually putting the product on your eye. Your arm and your eye have different skin texture, you know, so I didn't expect them to look exactly the same. And also I understand that something's going to look different on dark skin than light skin. However, it was stark different. I'm always willing to to try indie brands, like you never know what you're gonna get. Maybe you'll find something that your holy grail. This color right here, it's called Kinky. I use this, and as you can see, it looks better on this eye. It's very shimmery. On my eye, it doesn't show the shimmer. It looks like it's a duochrome when you look at it inside the container, and then on my eye, it just looks like a basic blue. And obviously it turned green because I had yellow underneath it. I like this color. I think this color performed probably the best of all the colors I used. This color, and then maybe the Disturbia, which was this taupe color. These two colors performed the best. This color, the Hustle, it pretty much, it's right here. It's subtle. I was not expecting it to be this subtle. And there's a lot of colors I haven't used. Like there was some green. I was debating using green, but like this green right here, I don't know if this is going to be. I have a feeling that this might be patchy on me too, because it's a neon green, and neon greens tend to be patchy anyway. And then on dark skin, they're definitely going to be even more patchy. This is another green. It's bright as well, but it's like the other one was like a lime neon green, I guess, and this is just more of like a bright green. This is another color. This is like an orange color. I did use this in the crease. It's called Ruse. So Ruse. Did I say Ruse? Ruse. Oh my goodness, you guys. Ruse. This did okay. It didn't have the impact that I wanted to have. It was hard to blend, extremely dusty. So some of these colors have like a iridescent, but it doesn't show up that way when I blend it. See? I don't know, maybe you can see the shift a little bit. My final thoughts are that I don't think this is dark skin friendly. I think there's better products out there to use that is more worth your money than this. Even if this did show up on my skin, it took a lot of work to get it to show up. Like, I had to use so much setting spray. It's just a waste of time and resources. You don't want to go through a whole bottle of setting spray just to do an eye look, right? And also, you don't want to spend all this time trying to make it blend. It should just work. I will not be buying any more products from this company, or not buying these unless they get reformulated in some way. I don't like the way they perform. I don't like how hard it was for me to get them to work. I don't like the color payoff. And the only reason why I'm not too upset is because I got these products 60% off. If I was an everyday person who was looking for makeup to like purchase to like wear every day, and I wasn't experimenting for a YouTube channel, and I didn't have disposable income, I'd be really highly upset about this. What are your thoughts? Has anyone tried these products who's watching this video? Did they work for you? Would you buy these products? What do you think could be done differently to maybe help with these products working better on deeper skin? I would love to know your thoughts. So please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye everyone.